We're not
Oh, are we?
live.
Okay, cool.
No,
No,
we're
I'm
not.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
We're
kidding. I'm
never
kidding.
fucking live.
Max is fucking trolling because he's a fucking piece of shit. Yeah, so we actually just watched Team America.
We're not
What?
live yet, are we?
Oh,
No, I already hit the recording button. Yeah, we're
no,
good.
so we just watched. Hey now, greetings, salutations, and whatnot. Welcome to episode of yet another Response podcast. Today, we covered Team America. Wyatt, as weird and fucking bizarre as he is, you guys all know,
fucking mean?
he has never seen Team America. But we watched a bunch of stuff last week regarding to Matt Stone and Trey Parker, so it felt natural to just go ahead and get Team America out there, and so Wyatt can experience something awesome. Wyatt, what did you think?
That was all right. The problem of when you've viewed a lot of Matt Stone and Trey Parker's like current work and how they've always constantly pushed the edge of comedy, them going back to this, it's like, oh, I could understand how those jokes were viewed as pushing it back then, especially with what was happening. A lot of the jokes kind of made me laugh with the whole meta sense, like with Alec Baldwin leading the what was the full name instead of the
Film
acronym?
Actors Guild.
Yeah, also known
Obviously,
as
the
FAG.
acronym is something.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked a lot of the jokes. It was really funny.
There you go. Slur also hasn't seen it. Slur, what did you think?
Fucking dead. What do you want about?
But yeah, no, it's actually been a minute since I've seen it last, so it's surprising. Weirdly enough, like all the meta things, like with the Film Actors Guild and all that shit, it kind of holds up in a bizarre way.
But just in terms of like cultural commentary side of the jokes, as the years have gone on and celebrities voicing their opinions on the news when acting in our world isn't a fucking superpower and they're literally just people who weren't smart enough to get real jobs and then got like 1 in a million chance lucky to actually become stars, acting like they're actual spokespeople of entire nations is fucking cringe. And this concept is absolutely ripped to shreds in this movie, which is kind of its whole thing, including the acronym.
But it's odd that it's like, still applies like almost 20 years later.
Oh yeah, like a lot of what they were saying, it's literally just you look at Twitter now and you're seeing the exact same conversation. Except what used to be exaggeration for comedic effect is now just reality because we live in a fucking clown world.
It's just actually real.
More people needed to take life lessons from Team America.
Well, I mean, there are three different types of people in the world.
Dude, that speech was like oddly poignant. Like
It's actually
it actually kind of works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
It's kind of great, like in a weird way. It's kind of beautiful.
And then I like how the first reaction to it was the puke, and then the bartender, all right, get out of here, get drunk.
Yeah, being an asshole's not so bad.
Being a dick's not so bad.
Oh my god. Yeah, no. Sorry, I'm distracted by something else. But what I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna say. Ninja, what did you think of the movie?
I think it holds up remarkably well. I think it's almost startlingly scary how like a lot of the jokes and the messages and stuff is still incredibly applicable today, if not even more so than when it first came out.
Yeah, a little bit.
So it's really fucking funny. I saw it years and years ago, but it was nice kind of revisiting it, seeing some of the things that I missed the first time around or the seventh time around, I love so many of like the small visual jokes, very much like Basketball and Orgasmo. Like the fucking Spotswood chair is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when it
I
was
love
on the
that.
fucking
Spotswood's chair
No, just
and the way they
it always
move.
moves. Like
Just
it's
always
constantly
When it
Yeah,
was-
it was
moving.
always in motion, and it was on the ceiling at one point.
I was about
Yeah.
to point that out. I was like, when it was on
Funny.
when it was on the ceiling, that killed me. 'Cause it's like, how far can we take the joke? It's like, get out of there, T-Mac. It's like the chairs on the
Yeah, it's
ceiling.
just on the fucking ceiling, and it's like it doesn't hesitate, it doesn't pause or linger. It's just we're gonna cut to funny fucking thing, and then just keep on going. It's great.
That is
I-
kind of very much in the vein of Orgasmo. If you're going to draw patterns in his like style of comedy, the making everything look deliberately janky just so it looks funnier, it's clearly just a thing he does.
I
Oh
think
yeah, and it's funny. Like we talked about the strings at the very beginning, and like there are definitely shots where you see the strings, but there's also shots where you can tell like they went out of their way to like make it look good.
Actually, a lot of the things in the opening shot, like from like the Paris shot showing all the characters, there's actually a lot of that. That's like you could see. It's weird. You could see where the fucking strings are edited out. Like when they show
Yeah.
that fucking what are those, a stall or whatever, the roof of the one of those stalls, you can kind of see it distort when like the strings are moving around, but it's like, oh, they actually took a chance to actually try to remove it, and then of course they left them in for comedy effect in other scenes.
and which is funny during like the fight scenes when the strings get all tangled.
It's like, all right,
Yeah,
let's make this.
I am curious about how Wyatt feels about that choreography.
Yeah,
Like,
especially in the
his
first fight scene between fuck, I don't even know their names. God damn, like
Chris and the terrorist.
the terrorist. Yeah,
I think
Durgistan.
I think if I had to point at like the best fight scene of the movie, it had to actually be Chris versus Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh yeah, because that was actually like
They actually
That
kind of
was
tried with that.
actually kind of
Stop
tried,
trying to hit me and hit me.
which isn't even Samuel. Well, I guess we could save that for the bad, but yeah, Chris.
And then when he jumps up and just kicks half of Samuel Jackson's head off.
That one's surprisingly like really fucking brutal for just puppets.
I was gonna talk about the cats trying to rip the puppets apart of Danny Glover, and I never knew who the second actor was for
I forgot
that.
his name.
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn, yeah.
Wow, they really fucked up with like trying to translate that over to puppets.
They kind of did that for all of them.
Well,
I love
Matt-
how like in the fucking practical effects, like when you're looking at the submarines, there's like fish in the background. Like, it's just a fish tank.
Well, I was gonna say it's like with the Matt Damon puppet, like he hated Team America because of their portrayal of him.
He got in on the joke eventually. But I
Yeah.
think he just got sick
Matt
of people coming up to him,
Matt
looking for an autograph,
Damon.
going, Matt Damon.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they hit hard on Ben Affleck. Fucking Pearl Harbor.
They had dedicated a whole
that-
fucking song to him. Like
That was hilarious.
That movie really fucking sucked.
Pearl Harbor sucked, and I miss you. Pearl Harbor sucked just a little bit more than I miss.
Like I miss you almost as much as that movie missed the
It's
point.
like, and it's like the fucking song like it like slowly progresses. It's like, man, you know what? Pearl Harbor really did suck. It's
Dude,
like-
like okay, I got a funny little anecdote for that. Like I was in ROTC in high school when that
Wow.
fucking movie came out, and
Oh.
our local theater did a special screening for like Pearl Harbor surviving veterans. So they came in
Oh,
and watched the
no.
movie,
Dear.
and dude, they were so fucking pissed.
Yeah, a little bit of context removed from that can make that scene really offensive.
Yeah, they turned an American tragedy into like a
Yeah.
fucking generic love triangle movie.
I had
No, no.
never seen a bunch of like geriatric old men cuss so much. They were like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
They just kept getting angrier and angrier.
Yeah, really, it was fucking horrible, and it was so awkward because we were like standing there, like we did like a whole color guard
Realize.
thing, you know, did the flags and all that, and we're like, yeah, and then we got to sit there and watch the movie with them, and they were just getting so angry, and it's like, oh god,
Didn't you also show them Saving Private Ryan?
no,
Okay,
that was before my time.
fair enough.
But Pearl Harbor was horrible.
Pearl
And I
Harbor
miss
is fucking awful. It's an awful, awful movie.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Anyone else got any like point of like general praise?
The fucking intelligence was always fucking.
Yeah.
made
I was
me
going to
giggle.
say the comedy was witty as all hell.
Intelligence.
It was
My God.
smart.
Yeah, I love the practical effects, like all fucking vehicles, and the fucking puke scene is just fucking great.
The
Because you know
fucking
he's just
shark.
like standing there with the fucking pump, like just going to town, spraying
It's
it.
like they didn't just want to do like an R-rated version of Thunderbirds. They really wanted to make the most fucking obscene, disgusting thing they could.
Yeah,
Like just
Mhm.
flexing their muscles as hard as they go. And it's like, it's a very juvenile kind of sense of humor. Like a lot of it is just funny fucking bad words for the sake of funny bad words, but it's
cockback.
consistent throughout the whole film. So if you can get on board with it, you're pretty much guaranteed at least one good laugh.
Can we talk about how everyone has like an amazing dramatic backstory?
Yeah.
Like
Well, except
fucking the
well, except for-
gorillas and like fucking
What was her name? Lisa?
cats. Yeah, Lisa.
No, not
Well-
Lisa. Who's the fucking
Sarah.
Asian chick? No. Yeah, Sarah. Yeah, Sarah
the
doesn't
one
have
with the
anything.
fucking ESP. She's a
Yeah,
clairvoyant.
actually, it's like Jedi power, so she might actually be an actor. Who knows?
I actually love that. She's just like, I'm in distress as it's like crashing towards the ground. She has her
I'm
hand out.
sensing
Yeah.
that I'm going down.
Her
Her arm-
fucking powers work one time, exactly once.
I actually like that how the main character's trying to sneak in and he's just wearing Jedi robes. And just,
Wearing Jedi robes. Forgot my pass at home. Okay, I'm running. Well, I believe
oh,
it.
seems alright.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry, guys. I got my pass right here. Neo from the Matrix.
I love how most of the
Acting is
voices,
so powerful.
most of the voice acting is just Matt Stone doing his no, it's either Matt. I've always forgotten who does the main voices.
Trey Parker. Trey Parker's the preliminary.
He was doing his Randy voice.
Yeah.
So what were the bad things? What did you not like? Putting you on the spot.
Yeah, we just watched the movie, and I'm not really thinking of any bad scenes other than like subjective stuff, like the vomit. I'm not really like the biggest fan of gross out humor when it comes to that stuff. But that's
Yeah.
I think the way it's combined with the music is pretty funny.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
music is the,
I
music
gave-
is the main sting of the fucking
yeah, I
thing.
was willing to because of the music. I was like, all right, I tried to. I was like, no, I'm not gonna turn away just because somebody's vomiting.
It's not somebody, it's a puppet. It's practical
Oh.
effects.
It's
as it's
scary.
just as it's just spraying out of his fucking, just basically expelling like 5 people's worth of alcohol from his
I would say
body.
he fucking like when he passes out, you see the it's like
Just the
3
pool.
times as big as he is.
It's like, damn, dog.
He was that drunk.
Yeah, that was that actually probably is the only not even a really negative. It's just like I'm just like that joke didn't land because I'm not a fan of gross out humor.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Like,
you
a
are
lot of-
rude. It makes sense.
No, a lot of people could fucking get really turned off by that shit. It's kind of hilarious, but it does make sense. Fuck, I had a point and dropped it somewhere. Hang on,
You can do it. I believe in you. You can find that point.
man.
Use Sarah's ESP. You got this.
I sense I was trying to make a point.
The Ronery fucking song was kind of garbage.
I've heard it in so many other YouTube videos. I'm like,
like it
is
could
it
do-
even that good?
I could do it.
His character in general is a little bit of like one of those jokes that kind of overstays its welcome.
Like it has good points at certain spots, but like then it continues. It's like a nostalgia
Yeah.
critic joke.
They're
It's like, oh, that's
they're,
kind of funny, and it's like, oh, it's still going.
the offensive accent thing where they're like most of the time it's just speaks gibberish.
Oh, ping, 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 pong.
No me gusta.
No me gusta, no me gusta.
I
They're
remember,
dying.
it's like when I did see this film when I was younger, the whole Durka Durka thing was just the funniest fucking shit.
That still holds up. I
Kakalaka, Muhammad Jihad.
still love that.
Guys in the fucking planes like Durka Kalaka, Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
that killed me actually. When they disguise Gary, actually, one of my favorite jokes actually did have to be like they just put patches of basal.
That actually might
on
be
his
my
face.
favorite joke of the entire thing. They have a whole montage of the dude doing the surgery, and it's literally just he's been smeared brown and they glued some black pubes to his face.
And when he's trying to give the signal while on the car.
I love the signal. Where it's
Do you remember the
do you remember the signal?
He just flails arms.
Yeah, he just flailed for a little bit.
Good job. All right, everybody report to super secret hiding spot Alpha. It's like they look out the window. They're right fucking there.
Yeah, they're just crouching in front of them.
No, they're not even crouching. They're literally just standing there.
They're
With their
fucking
guns out.
minigun, like
In their bright tracksuits.
yeah.
I love.
Massive guns.
Can we talk about how Lisa just gunned down the entire place and went, Gary?
Gary! Everybody starts shooting. Destroys the whole. She only kills combatants. That's the thing.
Yeah.
She actually doesn't kill anybody.
Doesn't kill the dancer or the bartender.
Or the band in the back. And then after the fucking smugglers, Gary.
It's like nothing just fucking phased her.
Of course, she's badass. She's got ESP. She's sensing that Gary's not here because he didn't respond.
And then the fucking the collateral damage is absolutely hilarious.
They basically fuck up every single fucking place they go to, and leave it in smoldering ruins.
Yeah, in the
Yeah, we
beginning of
saved
the
the
movie,
day, guys.
yeah, in the beginning of the movie, they fuck up the Eiffel Tower, which then falls on the Arc de Triomphe.
It looks like one guy's trying to tell us something. It's me, it's me. It's like he's saying, kiss me, kiss me. Smart ass motherfucker! Shoots missiles at the fucking tomb of whatever the fuck. It's good shit.
God, this movie
I had a point. Fuck, I don't remember what the fuck it was.
You can
So
do it.
what I was talking about with Wyatt yesterday, while we're waiting for Max to recover his point, is that there was a big meta surrounding this movie. I mean, it came out just a few years after 9/11. You know, patriotism was kind of on the all-time high. A lot of people like protested this movie and were very fucking pissed off about a lot of the jokes. This was pre most of South Park's ramping up. Like there had been some South Park, but nothing like what you have now. So this was just a very contentious film.
You could argue that like it was this that like taken.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This was one of those things that, like, you know, at the time was very controversial. Even like some of the jokes in here, like the whole Michael Moore thing, you know, that was when he was doing all his documentary shit about like Bowling for Columbine and stuff.
Some fat communist. Or what do you
Some
say?
fat socialist.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. It was that plus. I'm trying to remember the episode that was right at like. It was the season coming back after 9/11, and it was like all the boys trying to go to Iraq to arrest Saddam Hussein, and he fucks a camel. I was gonna say, are any of you guys South Park fans, or am I kind of?
I used to be a massive South Park fan. I kind of just fell off because I stopped watching TV. But
Yeah.
They're pretty much the same.
like it's just they're like fuck what were they? I just decided if I could just throw on like season 2 of South. I was like having a fucking gay old time. Like it's still fucking good shit. Like they're comedic geniuses. I've heard nothing but good things about the fucking Corona episode as well.
I kind of hate how
I've
the
seen that one.
post-COVID special.
Yeah.
I kind of hate how it's on like a whole new like. So both of the other COVID specials were on HBO Max, and now this one's on Paramount Plus. And it's like, yeah, I could sign up for the free trial and stuff.
When I checked it the other day, it was still on there.
What HBO Max?
HBO Max, yeah.
I'll look that up. It was called Osama bin Laden has farty pants. It wasn't Saddam. It was Osama. who they tried to disguise Cartman as a beautiful woman right next to a camel, and Osama leaped onto the
Yeah,
onto
it
the
was
camel.
they were doing a fucking what the fuck, Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, at the end of the episode, somebody just shoots him, and that's when we get the "We got him! Oh, I got him!" HBO Max.
Damn it, man! Literally, like, you guys heard me say it. I was like, we could save that for the bad, but now I can't fucking remember what I was gonna say.
Oh,
What
you
were we
were talking
talking-
about the Samuel L. Jackson fight and how like
Yeah.
he said that
Oh.
line that's not his line.
Yeah, like so we did kind of address it then. Like some of the fucking as funny as like Matt Damon and all that. Some of the film actors guilds were just weird. Like we're guards. It's like okay. Sometimes
I
jokes
just
don't land.
assumed that was making fun of the way that particular actor talks, but I have no idea who the fuck he is.
It's Tim Robbins and fucking Eli Roth. Not Eli Roth. That's a different guy. But Martin Sheen. No, they don't talk like that. That's the thing. It's like I don't.
Martin Sheen talks weird.
Yeah, he talks weird.
But he's not like a mongoloid.
He's not like, guard.
Matt Damon works because it's kind of like so random. And
Well,
Yeah.
the whole reason the Matt Damon one was like that because they fucked the puppet up. So they were just, oh my god, he looks the R word.
but they all do.
They all
It's
do.
kind of one
yeah.
of the limitations of working with puppets. They have
Uh-huh.
no real facial expressions, and they all look fucking glassy-eyed and downsy.
I
This
love
is my
how
serious
these
face.
were all puppets, but they all had like animatronics of like the advanced puppetry.
Yeah, they look like they could fit perfectly on with Small Soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
I
I can't believe
like-
you just
found
triggered.
fucking- I just
We
found a
watched
fucking-
Small Soldiers like months ago. Actually, it was really fucking weird.
I just found a fucking The Martian poster, and I'm so happy. That I found. I'll post it in Discord, and you can pull it up on
put
screen if you want to.
All right.
But goddamn
Hold on.
Oh god, that is fucking cursed.
Get your profile pic, Slayer.
Give me a second.
Oh my god, Doug. Oh, it just hits. It hits so good. Can't even
Fuck.
mean to. I just fucking came across that by accident.
I like how during the trust building scene they leave the strings in so you can see them moving.
It's like intelligence in the background, just looking, wanting, warning.
Oh,
yearning.
all of Intelligence's dialogue just made me laugh. Like,
It's just
oh,
so
we're
bad.
getting how could you, Intelligence? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, my bad. That's
My bad.
bad intelligence. Very bad intelligence.
Oh, sorry.
My bad.
Like how they never explain what intelligence stands for.
It's a fucking acronym. It's like one of the biggest acronyms ever.
I mean, that's more of a holdover from the genre thing. It's like
Yeah,
that
true.
old kind of action idea.
Hold
Yeah,
on, let me
everything
share-
is some kind of spy gadget.
Here you
Yeah.
go. Here you go, audience. Mia Demon.
Matt
So,
Damon.
did we hit the record after we said thing with Matt Damon or no?
What? How he hated?
I'm
Said
gonna
fucking
assume
to
yes.
America?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was already said. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, he
just making
hated-
sure.
In case it didn't, he fucking hated this movie because of how they betrayed him.
And
I
like
mean,
what Slayer
eventually, I think he got over it and just kind of went along with the joke.
Yeah, but like what Slayer said, yeah, that'd probably drive me insane. People walking up to me and just saying my name in a fucking, in a very special kind of way.
I think we've got the thumbnail. Actually, I think this might just be it.
Fucking,
Oh man, Yarp's talking about The Martian. Team America, Matt Damon.
it actually does have a fucking acronym. The
Oh, what does it
acronym
stand
stands for Integrated Network for Tactical Espionage Linked Lossless Interpretation of Geometric and Electronic Network Cluster Epitomes. Look at the
Yeah,
fuck?
that
It's
doesn't
just a
actually mean anything. It,
Shit. It sounds like confused reading it. I was like, wait a minute.
These words mean nothing. Yeah.
Some
in
of the,
terms,
some of they did practical effects, so some of the practical effects are dated, like with the limo, you know.
Yeah,
All
well, I
of the
think that's
practical
kind of the
effects are pretty
point.
dated. They're copying Thunderbirds, a show from I think like the 1970s.
So
I thought it was just GI Joe.
what was Thunderbirds about? So because everybody talks about
Basically,
it.
exactly what Team America is already. They were just a team of generic action people who went and solved crimes with their like cool gadgets and jets and all that kind of thing.
Hell
It's
In-
just that kind of idea of the all-American heroes and shit like the A-Team. That
Mhm.
kind of era, that
Or
kind of
G.I. Joe.
audience. Yeah, exactly. And so
Oh,
you
they're
had this
puppets
kind of
too.
yes, but Thunderbirds were puppets, and they looked. Yeah, I'll just put a fucking
Oh,
picture up so you can
what?
Yeah,
see as a comparison.
yeah,
Because they're
I
the
knew
exact
Thunder.
same kinds of puppets as well.
Yeah, I knew
that's actually
Thunder.
wild. I didn't know that. That's kind of crazy.
Wait, so hold on. Did any of you ever actually watch Thunderbirds when you were younger?
No, Thunderbirds
I thought
wasn't a
it was
thing
just-
over here in the States.
Wait, so how do you?
I thought this was just a rip
This
off of
entire
GI
movie is
Joe.
making fun of that, or it's based on it
Rip
at
off of G.I.
least.
Joe and fucking like American spy movies.
Well, yeah, it is. But Thunderbirds is like the thing it's most directly copying.
Oh shit! I didn't know.
I remember I got really curious because I remember Ket Icarus when he was when he made a video on the Great Escape video game. He said it looked like a Thunderbirds cutscene and basically did a whole edit himself. And I was like, "What's Thunderbirds?" And then I looked it all up. It's like I don't think it was. I don't know if it was ever not around in the States or if it just never reached the same syndication of like the other types of kids networks that we would
You know what the
watch.
fucking weirdest thing is though? When you Google Thunderbirds, like it immediately autofills Team America. So it's like
Exactly.
it's one of those things where it's like, fuck, I just saw Slur's fucking picture. Yeah, no, like I said, I guess it's just something like culturally took over. I'm curious why I've never heard of the Thunderbirds.
I think it was primarily on British TV, and it was in the
1960.
60s. So
Might
it was
be a
something I
fucking
would have seen
thing,
as
yeah.
like repeats and shit on like network TV during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, Let me show the audience.
But yeah, it's like
the
if you look at the
Thunderbirds
latest
poster.
pic I put into our chat, the Thunderbirds 2, the big green thing, I had one of those as a toy.
Oh,
You
really?
did.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Me. So this was audience. This is what Thunderbirds. So that was the poster.
As you can see, it looks exactly like fucking Team America. It's kind of
Mhm.
weird how like Team
The,
America is
the idea
just
of
a
watching
rip-off.
Team America not having any idea of what Thunderbirds even is seems very strange to me.
That's
It's
fair.
like having seen Spaceballs and not knowing what Star Wars is.
Well, I was going to
Like,
say,
I'm-
or
Is it like really good puppetry or what?
They did it alright.
Now I gotta look at the
Basically,
clip.
it's not that much better than what was in Team America, but Team America's bad on purpose.
Yeah, I was gonna say Team America does it bad on purpose, like with the fucking stupid follow them in a car and just like wobbling back and forth to like
let-
show that they're walking.
Here's the thing: they would have this thing where you would have people trying to
I'll be
have
right back.
serious moments together,
Mhm.
or saying something sincerely to someone else, and it came across exactly as clunky and awkward as the sex scene in Team America. It's like just taking the exact same problem and exaggerating it to comedic effect.
I got you. Oh man, yeah. Wow. Sorry, I'm like looking at it close right now.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's something. That's for Thunderbirds trapped in the sky. It's like all on YouTube. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, no,
I mean,
like
copyright
they're
probably
like,
ran out
"Oh,
over a decade ago.
weird." It's exact. So I just like sped through like to a plane flying, and it's like almost exactly
Yeah.
bit for bit fucking Team
Yeah,
America. That's
they
weird.
actually completely copied the style and format. That's what this is based on.
Oh, that's so creepy looking. Wait, did their mouse not move? Okay, their mouse moved. Holy shit!
Not much.
it's like,
Not enough.
it's kind of weird. Actually, it's kind of freaking me out. Yeah, okay. I think I might know why I've never seen it. Oh no, that's interesting. Like I said, I had no idea. I thought this
Some
was
of the
just
character design was cursed, and some of it looks literally piece for piece exactly like it does in Team America. Hold
yeah,
on.
like where it's big heads but
Mm.
like proper features. It's strange. fucking guy in the top left. The fucking George Washington looking
Looks like a
motherfucker.
fucking fish.
Let me. Okay, I'm
Like
back.
you get fucking
Let me
smacked on the head.
pull. Let me pull that out on. Oh my god. What? I need to like actually sit down and watch an episode of this show because it just looks.
Apparently,
So
it's like
fucking
literally
weird.
all on YouTube for free. But I was just like skimming through an episode, and it's like,
But yeah,
You know,
even
it
down
was
to like
uninteresting. It was weird. Sorry, just
the older guy with the silver hair and the posh accent being in the control room, the general kind of vibe between the team members, the fact that some of them would be romantically interested in some of the one, all of it is Thunderbirds. Team America is just R-rated Thunderbirds with baggage.
I like the lady with the gun, just like I'm going to get you as the rocket flies off in the distance.
curious
Where
if
the-
these the same assets. Like
Are there?
that pistol looks exactly like the pistol from the.
Oh yeah, like how anyway from Team America when they fired their guns, they sounded like laser guns. When it's just like MP5s or something.
Oh, well, that was in slow motion. 'Cause that's when Sarah or no Lisa. Fuck. Which one's which? Sarah's the Asian girl. So it's when Lisa's boyfriend dies, and it's all in slow motion.
Wait, I thought it was the other way around.
No, it's the other way around.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No.
Thanks, sir.
Lisa is the blonde. Sarah is the black hair.
Yes. No.
I feel like if Slur and I were disarming a bomb, I'd just be like, it's like, should I cut the red wire? Yes. No.
Wait, hang on.
Thanks.
It's literally fucking Sarge at Sergeant School trying to disarm a bomb. Now wait a second. Using this guide is like a cheat sheet. Grab this. It's going on the enemy. Anyway,
Using his wit and talent, he crafted a megaphone out of an acorn, several twigs, a squirrel, and a megaphone.
God damn it.
So I'll agree with Ninja on, like, I think it was Ninja that made this point. The Kim Jong Il's jokes, like, it kind of overstays its welcome.
What?
Um,
It's just like
I
it's
don't,
funny.
I don't know.
He's got, like he's got like you understand how busy I am kind of thing. Those are everything else is not great.
I was gonna say, I don't think it's a flaw that, by like current South Park standards, all these jokes are kind of tame because like it's current South Park, so of course the like the things they talked about years ago, of course.
It's
they're
also
viewed
the
as tame.
things that are in this movie just aren't controversial right now the way they were when it came out.
Exactly, like the world has kind of moved on from.
I don't know. Alec Baldwin being the head of the Actors Guild
Him talking about how we need a world without violence is a little.
is a little.
I liked the.
He's like the greatest actor in the world.
Yeah, I was going to say he's the great. I can't go against that. That's Alec Baldwin.
He's my hero.
Hybrid cars. Global warming.
Fuck yeah, Baldwin. See, when he was handed that AK-47, it was not done right.
Yeah, it's. I
It's
can't
like
really
I said,
think of.
like, a lot of the humor and shit like that can be a little jarring if you're not ready for that kind of humor in a way. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you know Trey Parker and Matt Stone, you probably know what you're in for.
Yeah, you know what you're
They
in for,
don't
but
really stray that far out of their area of comfort.
if you're like a fucking weird prude
That-
who's like, meh, this isn't real comedy.
Well, it's lowbrow humor, and
Yeah.
it's fine to call it out for being that. You know, it depends on your mood. I'm not always in the mood for that kind of humor. Sometimes I am.
I mean, people who say
Watching
like
with friends and having a few drinks does kind of make it a little bit more the vibe.
I was gonna say, like, the best South Park humor isn't even when they're just making swear words or gross out humor. It's like when the man bear pig it's like ripping everybody to shreds and they're trying to figure out its name as it's murdering them. It's more like a pig.
Man.
Honestly, I think their best humor is when they have like some representation of a thing that people haven't really put a name to. Member berries is probably like one of their
Yeah.
best. Like, because we all knew exactly what it was they represented. We just didn't really have a word for it or an image to put to it. That's kind of their real hidden talent. That's the ace in their hole that they can use. And it's kind of what makes them stay relevant for so long.
I mean, not to mention their ability to make fun of literally everybody. No one is safe from their jokes.
Hell, even some of their best friends.
Yeah,
That's why Chef is no longer part of the show.
it's kind and it's like one of the only times the show ever kind of really fell on its face was ironically enough during the 2016 election, because it was the first time really going for like real serialized storytelling, and they predicted, just kind of like everybody else, that Hillary would win. Then she didn't, so they kind of had to rework the entire plot.
I guess.
That's kind of one of the that's unfortunately one of the only times South Park kind of fell on their face.
I doubt it. It's probably like one of the most obvious examples where they were making an actual prediction on something that was happening in the real world that everybody was paying attention to, more so than anybody would have for any of the topic they covered. But then they just changed track and they just, okay, well, this is what happened in the real world. This is what we're going to make jokes about. They just
Well, no,
kept trucking on.
they kind of didn't. Hillary was still the villain, and with the member berries and internet trolling, like it was. It's kind of this whole thing of you had to watch the entire season to get it, because it was.
Be that as it may, going back to this, like, I don't, like I said, we don't really have any context for that, so I don't know
right
what that'll
fair
really
enough.
do for us. But like, yeah, what would you give this movie from 1 to 10? Wyatt, start with you.
Here, give it a 7.
7?
Yeah, it's above average. I would probably rewatch
Objectively
it
or
again.
subjectively?
I'm gonna go
I was
subjectively
going to say,
right
yeah,
now.
because trying to rate this is really weird. This is like trying to rate Orgasmo. A lot of fun to watch, but a lot of its fun is that it's bad on purpose. So,
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it kind of holds up though, like objective wise, like because like all the actors are basically considered superheroes. So
I mean,
If you
yeah,
ta-
there is an internal logic there that they actually follow
Yeah.
through on.
we've done action
But-
movies. Well, if anybody says our way, we'll take.
It's also
Thanks, George
quotable.
Clooney.
It's also quotable as all hell, where it's surprise cuckbags.
But yeah, no, like every fucking line is pretty great. You ever do that shit again, I'll drill 2 holes in your dick. So when you piss, it goes off in all different directions.
you betray us, I'm gonna rip off your balls and shove them up your ass. So whenever you take a shit, you're shitting on your
Shit
balls.
It's your problem, Emmy. Slayer, what do you think? 1 out of 10. 1 through 10 is what I meant. Sorry. Let's.
I'm not sure how I even begin to try and grade this, because a lot of the script is funny. A lot of it is witty. It's like the plot within the context of its own world makes sense. And the fact that a lot of the jokes hold up within their genre of humor to today, that's something. So it's definitely above average. So I think I'm settling at about a 6.
Yeah, the political commentary. Like, ironically, the political commentary still kind of holds up.
How well would you rate
in its own way, yeah.
How well would you rate the jokes? Because I think that actually would probably help. 9/11
I don't know if it's even
times
helpful to
100.
try and rate jokes, because I again covered this a little bit earlier just when I talked about this kind of humor it is. It's lowbrow humor. That's Trey Parker and Matt Stone really like their lowbrow humor, and not every audience will. I do sometimes, I don't other times. So we're knee deep in subjectivism, and that's not really going to give me anything good to work with. I think the jokes hold up pretty fucking well most of the time. Not all of them will hit, but enough of them are almost guaranteed to that you're gonna enjoy it. So I think I'm still sticking around beta 6.
Fair enough. It'll be 911 times 2,356.
I don't even know what that is. Nobody does.
Nobody does.
Max, what would you put it?
11. Because fuck yeah, America. No,
Jesus, you're
I
loud.
don't know. I would probably say 7.
Okay, so two
Too,
of us
because
are
like
at
it's
sevens.
like there are some parts that kind of like I don't know, are dated in a way, but for the most part, the rest of the movie kind of holds up.
Well, that's why like when somebody pointed out the Kim Jong Il joke overstates its welcome.
I forgot. So we didn't watch the unrated version, by the way.
Oh, that was the only version available through the rental services.
Like, the fucking sex scene gets wild. I think that's the only thing
I
that's
thought I
different.
remembered that going on uncomfortably longer.
Yes, and unfortunately, it gets like 2 girls, 1 cup, fucking wild.
Yeah, yeah.
good.
I'm
Oh,
seeing the flashbacks.
No, don't worry
I'm
about
good
it.
then.
Yeah,
It's not pleasant to
it's not
watch.
pleasant at all because it looks really fucking real, and it's like, why? Like, why did you guys do this?
Because they wanted to go as low as they could, as obscene and as disgusting as they could make something as wholesome as a very simple fucking kids
Well,
show from the 60s.
You know why
Yeah.
they do that, right? They put that kind of shit in there so that when they submit the film to censor, they can cut that out and then go, okay, now we have our R rating. It's like we gave that up.
Yeah, they have to oversell it.
Yep. They intentionally put over the top shit in there so that they can, so when the ratings board gives them shit, they can be like, oh, we'll cut that. We'll make some concessions.
And they just like rub their neck, like, yeah, maybe the shit on the dolls wasn't.
Yeah, maybe that was a little much.
That was a little too much.
We'll dial it back. Don't worry. Sorry about that.
Yeah, okay.
I
You
think
don't
that's
necessarily have to have one of the boom mic guys just in the edge of frame actually rubbing his cock. Don't worry about it.
What?
God, dude,
It's wild.
fucking rated, doc. Like, it's pretty
With this-
hardcore.
I was going to say, like, considering I'm not like the biggest fan of gross out humor, would this have actually tanked my rating if
It probably
Yeah,
would.
it would have.
probably
It would have been like, oh, you would have fixated on it a lot more.
Yeah.
Well,
You'd have been
yeah.
If you
what
didn't
the
like the
fuck?
puke scene in the alley, you wouldn't have liked that.
You wouldn't have liked the shit on the chest, so.
Yeah, I think that would have just been like, guys, I'm sorry, we just watched the whole movie, but I'm kind of stuck on the fact that somebody just took a shit on these puppets.
Yeah, it would have brought out why it's inner prude, for sure.
He kinks shames the puppets.
And
Kink
Ninja.
shaming is my kink.
Round us out. What did you think of it?
I'm kind of with Slur. I think it falls about a 6.
Okay.
But I will say upon rewatch, I really enjoyed how like simultaneously simple and also poignant that fucking speech is. Like it's so goddamn good. I was like,
Fucking,
he was saying it, and I was like, huh.
yeah, like
that's-
it's not
It's
not
really
a bad
fucking apt, yeah.
it's not a bad description of the world. It's kind of
Yeah,
wild.
It's a pretty fucking direct analogy. You're like, huh, that actually makes a lot of sense in like a really fucked up way.
And
That's 'cause-
for those not in the know,
There's 3 kinds of people in the world.
just type in 3 kinds of people in Team America, and you'll probably find.
Yeah,
Or you know, fuck it, watch the whole movie. It's fucking worth a watch.
It's definitely worth a watch, even being like a 6.
Yeah,
I
why
definitely
did-
think like basketball is better.
Yeah, Wyatt said it that he would rewatch it, and I feel like it's safe to assume that both you and Slur agree. It's a good recommend for a rewatch. Would you recommend this movie to somebody else?
Yeah,
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
that hasn't seen it, especially. It's not something I would like go out of my way to watch, but
It'd
like
have to already be on TV for me.
yeah, it'd be like something that if it came on, or I could throw it on in the background or whatever, like I wouldn't change the channel if it came on.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
that's kind of how I am with like iRobot. It's like, yeah, if it's on, I'll watch
What?
it.
What?
That's a odd fucking.
That's a weird
I-
comparison, but sure. Yeah, Slur. Same thing.
Anyone who has a similar, very stupid sense of humor to me, I'd recommend give it a
Yeah,
watch.
definitely. If you're a shit poster, go watch Team America.
If you just like fucking,
I've-
if you like
I've seen this
South
movie-
Park, if
I've
you
seen
like
this
South
movie way
Park,
too
go
many
watch
times.
it.
It's like, yeah, you're like, oh, bro, would watch it. I'm sitting here like, man, like, yeah, I've seen this movie like 100 times.
As
I don't know, there was
so-
just something about seeing this movie like when it actually came out, you know, like
Yeah.
it was a different time in our culture, god damn it. It was just
He's from a
I
different
feel
time.
like a lot of people needed it. Yeah, it was a different generation.
Different generation.
I feel like as like people put so many clips from Team America in their videos as like YouTube was starting to develop. That is
There's
like,
a reason that this movie got referenced as much as it did. and it's
Exactly.
because of when it came out. Like it was such a cultural touchstone. It's like, god damn it, you know, it was the first thing where like we could talk about, you know, Bad Building Day and its after effects without like taking it super fucking seriously.
right, and then just that theme
mean-
song. Anytime Team America did literally America, fuck yeah,
Even the sad version too, which was really
yeah.
great.
Oh yeah, the fucking-
But like what you were saying, Ninja, it's kind of poignant because that's exactly what Matt Stone and Trey Parker pretty much did.
Yeah.
Like after 9/11, like they had that fucking episode where it just begins with like all four kids at the bus stop wearing fucking gas masks,
Yeah, that
Like,
was like, do you guys
Matt
remember when
Stone-
when it wasn't like this? And they go, no.
and like Matt Stone and Trey Parker, like it's weird to say like they're like fucking gods or messiahs or anything, but they're pretty good at what they do, and it's comedy. Like you kind of have to laugh at certain things, and they
I-
do admittedly push some boundaries, especially with the whole Muhammad thing. But honestly, we fucking need people like that.
Yeah, that's why I would confidently say they are comedic geniuses.
Oh shit! You've ever watched the documentary of how they fucking make South Park in like literally under a week?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
they fucking like talk about crunch. They fucking make a whole episode of television in a fucking couple days.
Is it really? If you haven't
freedom
seen
costs $1.05, okay?
Buck-
and I'm gonna need you to
$1.05.
chip in your $1.05.
it,
Would you sacrifice your freedom? And it's just him. It's just, by the way, the camcorder footage.
knock them over while they're fucking riding the motorcycle.
I feel like they missed the opportunity to cost $350.
Tree fit. Oh man, that would have been too much. That would have been too much on the nose.
Yeah.
You have to suck my cock.
All right, no, let me look around in this destroyed building. Nobody's here. Okay,
He sucked my cock and he now has my trust. All right.
all right. He tells the fucking whole.
Oh, you do get that brief pause and say, "He sucked my cock," and then you just have them look at him slowly,
It just
think
he's
about it
got,
for a second.
he's got a mile-long stare. Just is he telling people?
He
During,
tells people a lot.
And then at the very end, when he's in front of like the leaders of the world, he's like, the day was saved by Mr. Johnson. It's like, oh, and everyone's like, oh yeah, here, let me tell you about the kind of man he is. And you're just like, oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
He's the kind of cocksucker.
Literally, a
He's the
cocksucker.
kind of man who understands if you put another man's cock in your mouth, you make a pact.
You make a pact.
It's good shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, plus, in terms of offensive, to just be offensive, the AIDS song.
No, that was making fun of fucking.
Right.
So I haven't actually seen, whatever the fuck it's called. What's the
Rent?
thing? Rent. Yeah, so I don't know exactly all about that, but
This wasn't rent. This was lease.
this is lease.
Oh,
Yeah. But from what a friend told me who had like loved Rent and shit like that, it's like yeah, kind of. It's like oh, all right,
I
And-
was raped by Mr. Mephistopheles.
that's cats.
I know, but it's just, the way he delivers that fucking
Really
story.
Missed. You know, you all live. Buy you a beer.
And then fucking Slur was just like, after we actually watched Cats, it feels like that.
That's fair.
But yeah, that joke just hits different now that we know the most cursed possible version of the cast of Cats to have mental images of.
Yeah, we all had like the
God, that
mile
movie
long.
was torture.
We had the mile long stare as that was happening, just like, yep.
So yeah, so what would you recommend Cats? No. Anyway,
I'm still haunted by a furry Jane Duty Dench refusing to end a fucking movie.
Oh my god.
Also, just I don't know if in terms of the music of the movie, we forgot to bring up. We gotta do a montage. Montage.
Even
Music
not
of this
even a
music of this movie
montage.
always hits. I hate the fact they didn't play the whole Team America theme, because one of my favorite moments is the Bed Bath Beyond, and then we just hear fuck
You
yeah.
hear like two guys from the chorus. Fuck yeah.
There's Democrats.
Sponsorship.
Books.
Nobody says anything.
No, I love us Democrats. Fuck yeah,
Fuck
Republicans. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. All right. Well, I feel like that's pretty much said everything we need to say. Like I said,
are we gonna do Book of Mormon?
I don't know how we do book because it's fucking. Is there a movie?
Wait, isn't that like a stage play?
Yeah, it's a stage play.
Hasn't that been recorded?
Probably,
like how
but I
Hamilton's
feel
been
like
recorded?
I feel like that'd be weird, but I mean, sure.
I think this pretty much closes out the
I have no problems closing the book here.
Clicking the Book of Mormon. Hey. Anyway.
All right. So with that, we shall see you all next week.
Next time, maybe. Might be a little later. Might be a little closer.
We're gonna go and I'm gonna show them the old Thunderbirds intro.
Oh,
Oh
no.
God. Bye.
Jog
Goodbye.
on.